Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel, and in this video I want to share with you the expectations versus the reality that can sometimes happen in a dumpster rental business. I'm going to go ahead and share with you my month, the month of August with you. It's nearly over. I haven't posted a video in 4+ weeks, I believe now. So this will be kind of an update video, but also sharing with you what can happen when you do get busy and things just kind of are out of your control. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. If you're like me, I still have a full-time day job. My day job seems to be a little bit more than a day job sometimes. I am a RV transporter, in which case I pick up trailers in northern Indiana and I deliver them all over the country. More recently, since I started this business, I only really deliver them to Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, and Missouri to make things work logistically, to be able to be back in time to actually do and run the business, to actually drop off dumpsters, pick them up in the mornings and stuff. So that's kind of my game plan. If you're like me, if you're juggling things as you're trying to build this business, as you're still trying to keep the party going, to keep paying your bills, if you're trying to feed your business, to reinvest back in your business, you're going to be juggling. That's absolutely a thing that happens, and for me, it's no exception. Sometimes I don't know how I do it. I don't know how long I can even do it. It's just kind of crazy. Driving for 11 hours a day, or up to that, and then getting home really late, and then immediately picking up dumpsters in the morning. It gets kind of crazy. So as you probably very well know. For me, this month has been pretty wild. A lot of unexpected things happened. For one, I had $1,000 immediate issue with my Ram back there. My CP3 pump, it went out. I am able to do that to a certain degree, so I actually had some help. That was $1,000 cost right there. Then my roll-off truck that I've talked about just briefly on this channel, I haven't even showed it really to you yet, just talking about it. That truck had a $1,000 bill. Getting that all pieced together. There's some ABS sensors, a tensioner pulley, and a few other things with the AC and stuff. Trying to get that truck ready to go so that it's mechanically sound, and next getting it actually operational with the actual rail system. So that's actually being worked on right now. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But right out of the gate, basically every week I've had a $1,000 bill on equipment, basically. So my truck, that was $1,000. The second week was the roll-off truck that I've got. That was $1,000. It was just pretty incredible to me. I thought it was going to be $300 to $400, just making sure. I wanted them to go through, make sure everything's good to go, and boy, did they find more and more stuff to take care of. So another $1,000 for that. This last week, I had a issue where my backup truck, the Ford 7.3, the hitch, the weld actually broke. Thankfully, I was not on the highway. Thankfully, I was almost home. I did not lose the trailer, thankfully. Well, I'll talk about that probably in another video. We definitely will. But that was a $700, would have been $750 bill for that. My two batteries in my Ram needed to be replaced because they were both, I believe, 4 years old. That was $440. So that was well over $1,000. And then the last, somewhere in there, whatever week it was, and then I actually had about $1,200 go to brand new tires, a set of 4 brand new tires for the rear of my Ram. So within 4 weeks, and I wasn't really expecting that. I didn't think I was that low, and I should have paid more attention to it. But for RV transport as well as dumpsters. I want to make sure that my tires are good to go, and it was time. There's what are you gonna do when you've got to replace your tires? You just do it. So all together, well over $1,000 a week averaged. And maybe if you're a bigger operation or you're thinking bigger, maybe $1,000 grand a week isn't that big of a deal. But for me in my business, and I really haven't shared numbers with you because I've been more focused on showing the ins and outs and the logistical stuff of doing different things in the business, things that happen that come up. I do want to share more of my numbers period with you. I'll probably start doing that in like live streams, like weekly or monthly or something like that. I'd like to share more information and talk about stuff, the budget and everything that's going on, my fixed costs, worst case scenario, best case scenario kind of thing. But for me, this month is actually my best month so far ever. Go figure, over time you're hopefully going to be growing, but there's also low seasons, there's high seasons. Right now, this is the highest month ever, and gross. And so, of course, dump fees play a huge factor in that. I think I have had more overall dump fees this month than normal. But it's been an interesting month, and the expectation versus the reality for me has been, I expected this was the month I'm going to hopefully continue to grow, of course, but I'm going to be able to stash some money away. I'm going to be able to really build up some money to, whether that's fully equipping the new roll-off truck with a tarping system, which that's not going to happen right now, that's for sure, at the moment. Getting ahead in that area, and so I'm not going to be manually tarping my actual dumpster cans in the near future. I thought that was going to happen, and so the expectations were way off because immediately it was week after week of getting hit with $1,000. And normally for my business, when I first started out, the first several months, I was getting 10 to maybe 15 rentals a month, and depending on your pricing and what how we're talking about stuff, that could be a decent amount of money, that could be not that much money. I do day rentals, or by the day, so you're paying for per day after the first day, including the dump fees and all that. For me, 15 pays the bills, and there's a little bit extra. I've had a previous month where I had 30 plus dumpster rentals, and I only have 2 dump trailers, which means they're on a small, short-term rentals, so 1, maybe 2 days at the most. Most people only rent 1-day rentals from me, and I'm able to flip them quicker with this low inventory. So anyways, week after week, having the $1,000 plus payments that I've had come up, thankfully, I'm very grateful that I have had enough rentals this month to outpace these costs that have come up rapid fire each week. This month has been 30 plus dumpsters as well, but my overall gross is higher. I did change something in my overall calculation of how I make money, so I'll share that probably in another video soon. But making a little bit more money in that route, or covering my cost better, I guess, overall. But for me this month, even though it is the highest I've ever made, I've ever grossed, I've had nearly the same. I made more money, but the one month that I made, I had more actual dumpsters. I had less gross of a number. But this month I've made the most ever grossing, and I believe even net, I'll still net the most ever, and yet I'm not actually seeing any of that money. It's like the money was given to me, and I immediately hand it over to all these issues that have come up each week. It's been a handoff. I've been a quarterback, immediately handing the money away each week, and so this month has kind of thrown me for a loop, honestly. It's been encouraging. It's been exciting. A lot of business, a lot of new customers, some repeat customers. That's great. My main roofer that uses me used me quite a bit. I don't know if he just didn't have a whole lot of work over the last couple months before that, but just really exciting to see that pick up as well. That consistency, 2 to 3 a week maybe, in a one-day roof tear-offs. But this month has just been very interesting because, like I said, I'm making the most, and yet I'm also having the most costs, unexpected costs that have come out of nowhere. Short of the tire situation, everything else was kind of unexpected. The hitch having issues, the big truck. I thought I was kind of quoted over the phone about $250 maybe. Nope, $1,000. I think it was like $980 something. So real close to $1,000. Way off the scales for that. That was unexpected. The CP3 pump. It is what it is. I've got high miles on this Ram, like serious. As of right now, I believe I'm at 690,000. So 690,000 miles on the Ram, and I take good care of it. I'm a Dodge Ram believer. It's taking good care of me. I've got videos on my other channel talking about this truck that I've had for some time, what I've replaced, what I've done. But yeah, CP3 pump, finally, I got my very last dime out of it, and it's asking for money to be able to replace that. So I had to do that. I replaced that myself with a buddy, and it's just been very interesting to see how I feel like I'm almost, in this particular month, you know, there's the sweat equity of the business. You're investing your time, your energy, your everything, your soul into the business, and you expect to see your return. A lot of people, like in real estate, they clean up a house, they renovate the house, they put all that hard work into it, not paying somebody else to do it, but doing it themselves, and they go around and sell it. They make some crazy money on the back end of it. Well, for me, I feel like I've done a crazy amount of work this month. And I really have, with between dumpsters as well as RV transport. I've done so much. I've just, so many nights. I literally get, not because I'm just messing around, I literally get 3-4 hours of sleep. And other days, yeah, I'll sleep in pretty hard, 8-9 hours. But the expectation, when we have a big month, when we have a big profitable month, you think, man, I'm making all this money. That's great. On the other side of it, oftentimes you've got to feed the beast. You've got to maintain and also upgrade things. For me, a part of my journey the last several months, getting my new roll-off truck put together and set up, I'm having to get it going. I've got to pay other people to get it fixed up. Right now, currently, I still can't even show the truck to you because it is at the welding fabricator place just outside of where I live, on the outskirts. But he just started working on it this week, and so I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means a couple weeks or a month. I hope to get an update soon, but hopefully that's the last piece of the puzzle. It's legal. I got the money for that. It's legal. It's been fully insured this whole time. It's mechanically sound to the best, to my knowledge now. And the last piece of the puzzle is actually getting the fabrication done. Long story short with that, I was originally quoted by another company who have since bailed on me. They said about $2,000. If they're not going to do the job, then the quote doesn't matter. So this person, and I've gone through other headaches with other people telling me, yes, I'll help you, and then they ghost me. But this last person actually said, yes, they'll do it, and they gave me a quote, and they get to quote their own price. The price was between $3,500 and $5,000 to do all the fabrication work to get it operational. I told him the original quote from before, and he said, okay, well, I'm just throwing a range out there to you, but we're hoping to be at about $2,500, saving some money with using some of the original beams that I'm not going to need from these dumpsters. So anyways, you can get the picture, and you've probably experienced this yourself. If you have a dumpster rental business, there are times where you think, man, I'm actually going to go 2 steps forward. I'm going to get ahead. This is the month where I'm actually going to really catch up, or I'm going to gain ground. That was my month at the beginning of the month I thought was going to happen, and here we are. Probably closer to $5,000 altogether. I'm willing to share all my numbers with you. This month, I believe DRS has it, and that's actually going to be more once a few people pay me who have not yet. I think I'm going to be close to about 11,600 or 700, somewhere in there. Gross. That's gross. Dump fees, fuel, all of that. But a part of that 11,000 whatever was about close to $5,000 of just see ya. All these things I had to take care of. So there's your expectation of what you think is going to happen in a certain month, whether it's a busy season or not. And then at the end of the day, if things come up, if welds break, if you're trying to get something operational so that you could potentially make more money down the line, the money has got to go. I mean, you have got to plug holes. You've got to fix the problems so that you maintain where you're at. For me this month, I would love to be celebrating on the mountaintop saying, yes, this is the best month ever. I've got money in the bank ready to go to attack. And yet, this month, that's not the case. August for Helper Dumpster Rentals was at best a wash. At best, I gained no ground, and at least I didn't fall back. At least I'm not letting things go. Everything that went wrong got taken care of. There's still many things I need to look out for, but those things are long-term, smaller issues that I can wait, that I can deal with later. So what are your expectations for your business, for your monthly gross income, for your issues that come up, the known problems that happen in your business? I would encourage you to write them down. I'm starting to write down things that I do know, whether they're small or large, that need to be addressed at some point. And then there's the things that come up out of nowhere. I would encourage you to try to have the right mindset of, and I'm fighting it myself right now. There's an excitement of the business really growing or really popping off, whatever you want to say, across the board. And then when reality hits you and you've got to swipe that credit card, debit card, I only have a debit card with my business, it's time to pay up, because you've got to plug holes. You've at least got to maintain where you're at. Don't sacrifice things that you rely on for some specialty something or other. I probably could have gotten away with letting the new roll-off truck not be fixed up mechanically. I could have started the business just doing the fab work, had the money to pay for that. At this very moment, I don't have the money to pay the fab work. I believe I will very, very soon. It's a must. It's an absolute. I have to have it going. So there's no question about it. But these things come up. The unexpected will come, and your reality has to match the situation around you. So this is kind of catching you up with my situation, but seriously, think about your expectations versus the reality that when things do come up, you have to adjust. You need to accommodate the new situation that's right in front of you. Like I said, I'm gonna be sharing the story with my the weld on the hitch breaking. There's nothing to really talk about the new tires. They're new tires. I didn't get highway tires like I normally do for RV transport because I want to have more gritty tires. My dogs are about to be barking here in a second, I think. I wanted to have more aggressive tires for the Ram if I'm going to be running dumpsters with them. And there's a lot of these things that come up. For you, let me know down in the comments below what's something that has been unexpected for you in your dumpster rental business recently, things that just kind of blindsided you. I was not expecting for these things to be hitting all at once. I can tell you I'm grateful to God that He's provided each week enough to take care of those bills and still have something in the bank and not be negative. It's not quite that bad, but I'm right where I'm at probably at the beginning of the month to now. I'm probably exactly where I was at before, but the ship is still going. We're still steady as she goes. All the sweat equity, like we kind of talked about a little earlier, all that work that was put into it, and now brand new tires, now the new truck is more mechanically sound, all these things, that's going to pay off later down the road when you're investing in your business, when you're upgrading, when you're replacing things that need to be replaced. That means you've bought yourself quite a bit of more time. You're going to have the payoff down the road. It's just a matter of time. I'm trying to stay encouraged with these things instead of just look at the doom and gloom. Look at all that money flying out of my bank account, out of the business account. Rather, I'm trying to focus on I've reinvested into my business. I'm going to be set for a long time in a lot of these different areas that I'm not going to have to fiddle with or mess with, and I'm not going to have to pay or plug those holes for a very, very long time. So that's encouraging to me. Anyways, hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. I'm going to be hopefully recording a lot more videos here recently. As you may notice, if you are a YouTuber or you're just watching YouTube, of course, you usually aren't recording a whole lot of videos when you're at your busiest. And that has been true for me this month. If you are a content creator, please let me know if you would agree with me. It's harder and harder to share and to bring you along on the journey when you're just trying to maintain and just hang in there, hold on for dear life if you're so busy. It gets crazy. So anyways, hopefully you have a great day. Stay safe, guys. God bless.